Good morning, everyone. Prep Aussie here. I hope you're all well in whatever part of the world you're watching this video. Today is Saturday, the 26th of November 2016, and the time here is 08:56 AM WAST. Folks, I want to go through a couple of things with you this morning. I'll try not to take up too much time in this video. This is a really important interview with a gentleman called David Morgan on USA Watchdog. As you can see up here where my cursor is in the left hand corner, USA Watchdog, David Morgan. Look, I've actually spoken to David personally. Once he wrote to me and said thank you for promoting him. This guy speaks generally like you would like to be spoken to in regards to the issues that we're all having at the moment, and he's very similar to Bill Holter. He just puts it out there on the line. There's no ambiguity in what he's saying, and he's very good at what he does. So I'd ask you all to listen to what, this is a brilliant interview, it really is. And he also has his own website that you can go on. It's a very, very good interview in the fact that he basically puts it on the line and tells you exactly what's happening at the moment and how it's going to play out. And it is actually happening now, folks. As we're all sitting here doing whatever we're going to do today, well, you need to understand that the financial markets is literally collapsing down around your ear holes. The initiated and personally motivated people will understand what I mean. Of course, if you're watching this for the first time, you haven't got a clue, then, like I said, watch this interview. David's a very good, knowledgeable person about all this sort of stuff. The next one I want you to look at is this one here on X22 Spotlight, Report Spotlight. Now, this guy does brilliant interviews, and he gets a whole different kaleidoscope of people to come on his show. And he has James Wesley Rawls. Now, this guy is no deal by any stretch of the imagination, and that's his website there that you can see there, survivalblog.com. It's his own website. He's an ex-military intelligence officer. Now, if people like that are telling you double up on your prepping, the collapse is most likely going to occur in early 2017, then, people like us should listen, and I probably can concur with him. Why am I saying all this? Well, folks, sorry, the bond market is now actually starting to sell off, which means that interest rates are going to start to take off, because there's nothing that, it's a saying that fair market value and Mother Nature of economics will actually eventually start to correct itself. And what that means is that people will get sick of the rates not going up, and the market will actually do itself on those rates, put them up itself. And these are starting to go up. Now, if they go up substantially, so that people can start making money out of it, then unfortunately the world governments have no choice but to actually start to raise their interest rates to catch up. So, but that means that as soon as they raise their interest rates, the whole world starts to collapse, because the debt burden is so high that we can't pay the debt back. I just want to show you this. This is trading economics. This is debt to GDP. Now, what that means is how much debt each nation produces based on its current account deficit, more or less. Now, America is 104.17. Some of these numbers are staggering. This is like generally running a business, folks. So if you're going 60-40 in debt, then you've got a big problem. If you're going 50-50, well, you're not making any money. So the only way you can actually make money is to make sure that the debt margin is small. Would you not agree? So look at these figures, 104, 90. Let me see what happens if I click on this. It just goes to different countries. Okay, well look, as I said, the debt ratios are just staggering. You know, Australia's is actually very, very good for the time being because we're at 36. But the problem is we're a country of only 23 million people. So our debt level should be substantially lower. Substantially lower. Oops, sorry, it's shifted to Asia. So my point here is some of these have gotten to the stage where they're just mind-blowingly big. And the emerging markets need to keep their interest rate payments down so that they don't explode. Right, I've corrected that, folks. Sorry about that. Right, have a look at Japan. 229.2%. You know, these countries are broke. Dead, flat, stony broke. 104, 90, 22, 222, 29, sorry. Germany, 71. United Kingdom, 89. These countries are broke as well, folks. Be under no illusion that these countries are not broke. 96. Italy, 132. Even India is pushing up there a bit. Spain, 99. Are you getting the what's the name here, folks? Canada, 91. So even after Canada has one of its biggest economic booms in history, it's gone backwards. Sorry, I touched that thing, didn't I? South Korea, 35. That's not too bad. Australia, 36. But we're higher than South Korea, who's got a gazillion more people than we have. Spain, 100. They're broke. Look, I can just keep on going with these. Belgium, 106. They're broke. Here's something ironic. Venezuela, which everybody knows is flat broke, that's their current interest rate, 180%. You know, if you want to have a good look at this, it's just staggering. Look, Singapore, 104%. That's a money marketplace, folks. They have no industry. They have nothing. It's just basically run on interest rate, markets like Standard & Poor's, you know, the stock markets, etc. Okay, so this is the interest rate one here. So let's go down this page and see what Singapore was. Singapore, it's got no interest rates at the moment. Does everybody understand this at the moment? Greece, 176. Portugal, 129. Ireland, 195, 94. Doesn't matter, it broke anyway. Is everybody understanding what's going on here? Okay, so why am I being like that then? Well, as this gentleman here says, this James Wesley Rawls, you know, you have to put yourself in scenarios where your bases are covered. Now, it is my heartfelt belief that we're going to get to the middle of Christmas, the middle of December, say the 15th to the 19th, something like that, and there is going to be a massive problem. A massive problem. Something's going to give very, very soon. All the indicators are that something's going to happen just before Christmas. So I would take this guy's advice and double up. And as he says, get prepared. You know, you might have scenarios that you need to play out in your own mind. Your wife is at work. Something happens. How does she get home? How do you get to her? Can you get to her? Does she have a bug out bag in the car? You know, your next door neighbour, do they know what you're doing, or are they aware of what's going on? Or are they people who don't believe any of this sort of crap, but are going to come and knock on your door 2 or 3 days after everything collapses? Or are you going to be someone who's crazy enough to try and go it on your own? Because if you are, that is just crazy. That's just pride, selfish pride, I'm sorry. So, look folks, as I just pointed out on trading economics, it is getting very, very bad, very quick. Here you go, trading, I didn't realise that. They've got population figures here on the end of each one. So you can actually say, you know, which isn't correct actually, because what they should actually do is actually have taxpayers, biggest tax, you know, the tax brackets, because then you know, like 23 million people in Australia, who's paying tax? If you actually do a pie chart, it actually works out to be about 4% of the population, probably, which isn't a lot. But like I said, folks, this is the real worry, the bonds market. It's starting to crash, and as you all know, the dollar is just currently skyrocketing. It's at 13, 14-year peaks. Now, that is also a very bad instrument for the emerging economies, because they are tied to the dollar and they can't pay their debt back at the higher rate because they have to pay more money back. So in the emerging markets at the moment around the world, and what that means is, you know, third world country type of things, they're trying to pay their debt back and they are starting to falter one after the other at the moment. So watch this space. In the next couple of weeks, there's going to be something big that's going to happen. Okay. As normal, I have some other stuff to produce today. And this is one of the things that I wanted to show you. This is a picture taken in Perth a couple of days ago, because I've got a couple of people in Perth, me included, that are trying to find out what's going on with the Southern Cross at the moment. Now, this is a picture of the Southern Cross. If you actually take the screen right back, you can actually see the Southern Cross in there. And it's laying on its side. I'll show you. That's what it looks like at the moment. And not only that, when it's going through the system at night, the, the sky, it's actually twisting. So folks, there is a massive problem at the moment. Massive problem. Look at it. Has anybody ever seen the Southern Cross look like that? Currently, this is a Southern Cross here. This was taken 2 nights ago. This is in Perth, by the way. It is currently, as I predicted, about 25 degrees off where it should be, and it's upside down. The person who did this, by the way, is an army, ex-army. So, staggering pictures, folks. Now, these are some pictures. This was the moon, by the way. I wasn't sure. But the reason I'm showing you this is that that's the moon. What the hell are these rays coming out of the ground or out of the horizon? They are just staggering. They are just rays coming out from the horizon. From what? Now, this is an interesting picture. This was a picture taken in Thailand. So I meant to say the last picture was taken in Thailand as well. Now, there's a circle in here which cannot be a lens flare because it's actually set back from this. This here, we have no explanation for at all. That is not in the lens flare. There's no explanation for that at all. So that's another one of the anomaly things that we're doing. Here is another one. This is in Thailand again. There's 2 suns on this picture. One there and there's one behind it, which you can clearly see there. There's 2 definite pink orbs inside this picture, which you can clearly see there. Look, one there and one at the back. How that happens, I have no idea. And as I said there, there's 3 objects in there. Now they might be camera anomalies, but they're at the back. Here's another one. What the hell is that? It can't be a lens flare because it's actually at the back. And it's greeny blue color. You can even see the sun's rays going over it. This is a picture once again in Thailand. Notice the halo around the sun. I have no idea why that's there. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the thing that interested me the most about this picture was not this, but that dot there, which makes no sense at all. Yes, I know about ripples in the water too before anyone says anything. Okay, well, I just wanted to show you those, folks, because I do a bit of research in between of getting people to help me out and, you know, sending pictures, etc. This was also another one of the pictures of the image that I did the other night on the space station, ISS live feed. Someone did a gamma test on it and it came back with this. So, you know, it's pretty conclusive. Bit of a worry. Okay, folks, that's about it from me. One last thing. If it opens up. Something wrong with my computer. No, it's not opening up. Oh, here we go. As I said before, this is the spreadsheet that I've done for, you know, bug out bag, survival list, personal hygiene, car, your camping, equipment, hunting, house, and basically a checklist of what we've received so far. If anybody wants me to send them this list, just send it to me. Just send me an email, and I'll be more than happy to send it off to you, so you can just use it. It's not a definitive list, folks. They never are. The gentleman on survivalblog.com, James Wesley Rawls, he has a list that makes mine look like a pretender's list, to be honest with you. But this is something that I thought was good enough to get me going, or get anybody going. Okay. All right. I'll say the Lord's Prayer, and that'll do for today. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. God bless, folks. Prep out.